I challenge anyone out there to think really hard and come up with one thing that makes me different than any other woman out there. That makes me different.
Challenge accepted. Hello, welcome back to Chat About It, Don't Chat About It with me, Rachel, the Queen of the Woke, as crowned by one of my haters. Today is TikTok Tuesday, so that means we are reacting to some woke TikToks. Of course, we've got a bit of Josh Seiter, and after this, I promise that I will leave Josh alone for a little bit whilst we cover some other ground. We do have some other TikToks within this video, so we'll get to Josh at the end. So let's begin. First up, we have Jeffrey Marsh.
In America need to buy their own glue sticks. And the school nurse needs permission to give your kid Tylenol. But they're performing trans surgeries for free in the school somewhere. And it only takes one day? What?
If you had told me that I would see the day when someone like Jeffrey Marsh would actually question something like that, I would say you'd be pulling my leg. Okay, so what Jeffrey Marsh is referring to is something that is being talked about in the current thing that's going on in the United States, in America, and will be happening in November. We don't really talk about it at all on this channel. And first of all, I will say this, it's not true. It's not true. This wouldn't happen in schools. That is blatant misinformation with regards to actual surgeries like that. However, the other stuff, where they question children's identities, that is becoming a very well realized thing. But yes, Jeffrey, I agree. What? Exactly what on earth is going on? And you know what? That leads me to actually question what is going on with schools and actually talking to children about gender. It is none of the school's business. It is not.
Today's pronoun of the day is hocus pocus, hocus pocuses. What? Yes, these are a form of neopronouns, and it sounds like they're inspired by Hocus Pocus, the movie. Neopronouns, specifically noun self-pronouns, can be inspired by things that are very important to someone. These are most typically used by neurodivergent individuals who have a hard time relating to gender. So to the people that don't use neopronouns, obviously your experience with pronouns is very different from people that do use them. And that's okay, that's valid, but that doesn't mean that this isn't real. This doesn't mean that this person is trying to make your life miserable. This person just found something that feels the most comfortable to them. And while I'm not a neopronoun user, I find it very important to make these videos. It's very hard to come out using neopronouns. And you can see that by looking at comments in my videos. Sometimes
I will say that it is hard to come out using neopronouns because it's a very difficult thing for people to be expected to adjust to, because they are making their whole change around one individual. That's a very difficult thing.
videos go really well, but most of the time, people just haven't heard of neopronouns, or they just don't want to admit that people actually experience these things. And just remember that even if you don't understand something, it doesn't mean that you can't respect it. So I hope you remember this. Now let's get to the Halloween sentences. Even though Halloween is Hocus Pocus's favorite holiday, Hocus Pocus remains mindful of the larger crisis facing the world. While Hocus Pocus plans to enjoy Hocus Pocus self and attend a party or two, Hocus Pocus won't let the festivities distract Hocus Pocus from the important issues that still need attention, even if they don't directly impact Hocus Pocus. And on this channel, we believe that no being is free until we are all free, and that means all over the world. I love you all so, so much, and that is why.
How does the general population feel about adjusting for one person? Particularly when something like that is not actually a natural adjustment of a speech pattern. Would this person using Hocus Pocus neopronouns expect that from the average person who they don't know, walking up to them in the street and saying something like that? No, it's just weird. Maybe in your own little group of people, yeah, but it's a very difficult thing to adjust to, and I think this is why neopronouns give people a hard time. I promised you a bit of Josh.
Hey everyone! So I got my cat Ollie here, this emotional support vest.
but he hasn't been liking it, and it's really disappointing because I really thought I was going to have an ally in this journey. But instead of it helping me, I just noticed a lot of changes with Oliver. He's been a lot more moody and just kind of angry and sulking around. And I feel terrible. And I'm starting to think he might be an empath. And he might have gender dysphoria by proxy. And I feel terrible because I know the heteronormative expectations placed on him as an assigned male at birth cat. So I guess the lesson here is you can't be something you're not. You can't cosplay being an emotional support pet if you don't have the proper training. So anyways, I need to return this thing. It was like $20, and then shipping and handling was like $5.99, and it took forever to get here. But anyways, lesson learned. So let that be a warning to everyone out there. Not all pets are suitable to be emotional support animals. Bye, everyone.
Yeah, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Josh believing that Josh's cat is trans. This is why I actually think that sometimes Josh may very well be trolling in this regards. I hate to break it to you, Josh, but cats don't like being forced into things like that. And that's probably the problem. Right, so this is actually clipped from a TikTok, but this was also on X as well, I believe. So Buck Angel, he's a tramper, he's a transsexual, he releases videos here on the internet. Go and check out his channel. He does really, really great work. I love his work. So he released a video on Josh Seiter, and Josh Seiter responded with this very feminine response, and it's, well, not great in my opinion. Buck Angel, let's have a charity boxing match. How very feminine of you, Josh. Man versus woman. Since you're a biological woman, Josh, well done. Even though you're not a biologist, you can actually tell the difference. You donate your winnings to a cause that affects you, like a boy thing, OBGYN or OBGYN as I say, related. Since I'm a bio man, I'll donate my winnings to men's issues like prostate cancer, penile cancer. So my issue is with this is the fact that Buck makes a video on you, which he is well within his rights to do so, as am I, and you are very well within your rights to do so. For other people, it is the power of freedom of speech, I guess you could say. But challenging Buck to a boxing match, which that even though Buck has 30 plus years on testosterone, you still have a biological advantage to actually win. I don't think that is appropriate. Just saying. And if it's a joke, I don't actually find it a particularly funny one either. He makes a video on you and you want to fight him. Very feminine.
Hey, everyone. So I just wanted to talk today about an issue that we all think about, but we don't really like talking about. Is it that time of the month, or is it something I ate?
Something you ate.
Newsflash, trans women get cramps and bloating too.
Constipation.
Just like any other woman. And it's very real and very painful.
Really?
And our journeys cannot be discounted. And in fact, I challenge anyone out there to think really hard and come up with one thing that makes me different than any other woman out there. Okay, because we have a shared struggle and we go through all these things together. So I just wanted to hop on here, share that. Bye, everyone.
Challenge accepted. So women, we have been challenged. Leave your comments below. What is the difference between Josh as a woman and us as women? Our experiences are not the same. So I will start. First of all, we don't have balls down there. Our balls are up here. Josh, you don't get periods. You don't. If you get bloating from HRT, then that is just a side effect of the HRT, and it is nowhere near the level of what you would call a period. Here's what I actually recommend you to do if you actually would like to know what it's like to actually experience one, because our biological differences really do matter in this case. Because you don't have ovaries, you don't have fallopian tubes, you don't have a womb, you don't have any of that to experience what we experience as women. Get a period cramp simulator. They do exist, you can buy them. Actually simulate that for yourself, but bear in mind that what it doesn't actually simulate is headaches, swelling, days of cramping, pre-cramping, bloating, water retention. Oh, and the other stuff, which I can't mention on here really. I accepted your challenge. I explained more than one thing. So now I challenge you, get yourself a period cramp simulator and see how you go. And actually leave us a TikTok. Tell us what you think of the experience. It would be great to actually get your thoughts on it. Was that too harsh? I'm normally a bit sort of lighter with that type of response to Josh, but yeah. Well, anyway, let me know what you think. Women, please do accept your challenge below. And remember to chat about it. Don't shout about it. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow at 4 p.m. Bye-bye.